Russia has killed 262 Ukrainian athletes and destroyed 363 sports facilities, according to Kyiv. Among those who have died this year was figure skater Dmytro Sharpar, who was killed in combat near Bakhmut, and Volodymyr Andrushchuk, a 22-year-old decathlon champion and future Olympic hopeful. Ukrainian sports minister Vadim Hutsait has told the president of the International Federation of Gymnastics that no Russian athletes should be allowed at international sports competitions. His comments come after the International Olympic Committee recommended the gradual return of Russian and Belarusian athletes as neutrals, a decision already taken by Wimbledon. The production of weapons in Russia has increased significantly, the country's defense minister Sergei Shoigu has revealed. Speaking to the Joint Group of Forces, Mr. Shoigu said, steps to expand production capacities and improve productivity have made it possible to significantly increase the production of weapons for the troops, including conventional and high-precision weapons. All this allows us to achieve the goals set by the Supreme Commander-in-Chief based on the plan of the special military operation, he added. Ukraine's security agency has asked a court to put a senior Orthodox priest under house arrest over suspicions he condoned Russia's invasion. Metropolitan Pavel strongly rejected the claim and described the accusations against him as politically driven, threatening Volodymyr Zelensky with damnation. He is abbot of the Kyiv-Pechersk Lavra monastery, where the Ukrainian Orthodox Church is based, which has been accused of having ties to Russia by Ukrainian security agencies. Authorities claim the monks made unapproved alterations to the historic site and other technical infractions, allegations the monks reject, filing their own lawsuit to stop the eviction. Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's foreign minister, has called Russia's presidency of the United Nations Security Council as a slap in the face. Writing on Twitter, he also shared his statement from December, suggesting Russia did not technically join the bloc. Also, President Volodymyr Zelensky has used his nightly address to blast Russia's leadership of the UN Security Council. He said it showed the UN's total bankruptcy. The presidency rotates on a monthly basis. He also signed 2 decrees approving a proposal by the National Security and Defense Council to impose sanctions on more than 650 individuals and legal entities working for Russian aggression, as well as those connected to the Russian military industry. And none of those who help terrorists, work for them, supply or produce weapons for terror will escape responsibility, Zelensky said in a video address. Zelensky added that Russia and those who've started and are waging war against Ukraine and the international order would have their assets blocked, will face court trials. Ukraine's General Staff of the Armed Forces has delivered its daily update, saying Russia continues to cynically wage war against civilians. The update also claims missile strikes have hit civilian buildings today in Donetsk, and battles in Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and Mariinka remain fierce. They also say Ukrainian citizens in the occupied territory Zaporizhia are being forced to get Russian passports and are being threatened with job losses and searches if they do not comply. Russia's winter offensive has failed to achieve the Kremlin's goal of seizing Ukraine's Donbas, comprised of Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts, by March 31, the Institute of the Study of War said in its latest update, citing Russian, Ukrainian, and Western sources. Chief of Russia's General Staff Valery Gerasimov announced on December 22 that Russian forces would focus most of their efforts on taking the entirety of Donetsk Oblast. Russian forces later launched their winter offensive in early February, the ISW said. The UK Ministry of Defence said in its April 1 intelligence update that 80 days on, it is increasingly apparent that Gerasimov's project has failed. Russian military bloggers have expressed concern over Russian forces' ability to finish their offensive operations in Bakhmut and Avdiivka in Donetsk Oblast before Ukraine's expected counteroffensive that the bloggers anticipate as coming sometime between Orthodox Easter on April 16 and Soviet Labor Day on May 9, the ISW wrote. Military bloggers are also reportedly disappointed that the winter offensive did not produce any decisive battles and believe that Russia will not be able to continue any large-scale offensive operations if Russia does not take control of Bakhmut and Avdiivka in the coming weeks. In addition to assessing that Russia's winter offensive would be unsuccessful, the ISW evaluated that Russia would lack the combat power necessary to sustain more than one major offensive operation in Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts, and ongoing recruitment campaigns in Russia and occupied Ukrainian territories may indicate that Russia is preparing for reserve shortages.